Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be taking a look at all the contents for the new Kill Team Into the Dark. I really didn't expect to be making this video today, and I thought we wouldn't get the full reveal of Kill Team Into the Dark until the Warcry box set Heart of Ghur was released. But here it is, we're going to get to look at all the contents. There's an introduction video, it breaks down everything that's included. So let's have a look at the video first, and then all the terrain and models that will be included. I'm really excited for this. It looks great. I've watched the video a couple of times. Fantastic. There's our first look at one of the doors, but now let's go for it and look at the models. And here's the full kill team for the breachers. These look great. We've seen a few models, but it's the Kroot that are really standing out for me. Wait till you see the pictures later on. They're just awesome. There's some really good ones in here. But it's these doorways and terrain that I love. This is going to be like a dungeon crawl on a proper space Hulk in a sci-fi setting. I love it. Just brilliant. It looks like the box set's got everything you need to play. It's got the rules in there, the new book for Into the Dark, and the core rules look like they're staying the same. We'll check that out later on. But they've done a great job here. Two really good themes for the kill teams and just some really great detailed terrain. So let's have a closer look at the models. We'll really dive into that terrain, look at the board and everything else that'll be included in the box set. Here's the box art, and I love the theme they've gone with the new kill team. Just brilliant. The Morok box set was great. This one looks awesome, so loving this. You've got the Breacher there on the right. You've got the Space Hulk, the Gallo Dark on the left. Just really nicely done, and it looks like it's going to be another big box too. And if you haven't played the new edition of Kill Team before, this is a good chance to get everything you need to play the game. It's going to have the core rulebook, the terrain, tokens, cards, the gauges, the dice, and miniatures. So it's got everything in there. And here is everything laid out on the game board. And at first I thought it looks quite flat. It looks quite brown and dark, but that's what you're going to get on a Space Hulk. It's going to be old, it's going to be ancient, and it's going to be rusty, dark and gloomy with all sorts of lights and gunge and toxic waste and things like that included in it. So I think this definitely fits in with the theme, and you could really make this claustrophobic. I love how they've just put some hints of colours here, some accents around. You've got the green on the left, and then you've got red. There's some turquoise blue, and in the top right-hand side, you've got that rich raw blue too. So this is breaking up that brown, rusty colour. So that's a nice touch doing that. The layout here is just showing you can have corridors, small rooms, large rooms, and then that space all the way around the edge. So that's nice. This is all modular, so you're going to be able to build it in loads of different ways. So that's going to be really fun, almost like creating a battlefield that's different each time you play the game. Now looking at it, there's not a huge amount of terrain in there, not that many walls, but I think if you are clever about it, how you arrange it, you could certainly make it work. And don't forget, there's going to be more coming every 3 months once this is released, and all the terrain in the future 3 sets for the next season is going to be compatible with this, so you can make one huge Space Hulk, even connect the boards I imagine, but you can certainly go dense with the terrain. Let's have a close-up look at the terrain now. They put this image in the article as well, just showed some of the terrain laid out and put together in a different way. So let's focus on that a little bit and have a deeper look. So here's 54 individual parts. You're not seeing them all in this picture though, just seeing the main wall sections. So there's going to be all sorts of other machinery and gadgets and things like that included too. There's some interesting things to pick out on this image, and we look at the right hand side, you've got the door, so they're going to be able to be opened and closed, which I think is fantastic. I love that. Maybe there's going to be some rule mechanics for having to bash it open, maybe it's locked, unlocked, that kind of thing. But one thing that really stood out is on the left hand side, you can see the floor tile here looks 3D, so whether there's going to be some floor tiles available later on that are going to be compatible with this, or do these already exist? I don't know, I can't recognise it from anything. Maybe you do. Let me know in the comments section below if you do. But it is a double-sided game board and not tiles, so we could be seeing tiles later on. There's some nice pieces of terrain like generators and things like that. We've got one here. You've also got another one featured on the other side. So whether they're all going to come like doubled up in this box set, or whether we're going to wait for the next box sets to come out to get repeats of the terrain. So I mean, it could be that each box set has got very similar terrain that you put together, so it all works as one huge sprawling area to explore, or it could be completely separate, moving from one zone in the Space Hulk to the next. Not sure how that's going to work. But going back to this box set, there is going to be 54 individual parts made up of everything you can see on the screen here. So there's certainly going to be many repeats of the little junction sections in the top right hand corner, and then obviously the walls are going to be repeated too. But it looks like there's 7 different walls and you can configure them in lots of different ways. Then you've got your generators, so it could be a case of doubling up on those generators and bits of machinery that you can see. Let's zoom in on some of these wall sections, and they look great. They're just packed with detail. It's going to be so fun to get painted up. You could do it very simply, or you could go in and pick out all these details and really go to town on it. But I just love it. It's so much variety here. All the different panels have got something interesting going on. The doors can open on those hinges, which is brilliant. And then you've got these little junction sections to use to put all the walls together in different ways. You've got some machinery as well, again really interesting, almost gothic in the way it looks, but put together really nicely. Loads of features to pick out, gauges, pipes, all sorts going on, lights, handles, maybe you can turn those, maybe you can release steam at the enemy, things like that, and some little girders to go across the top as well. One thing I'd love to find out is whether you can actually make some different heights with these, whether some of the next sets that come out are going to allow you to make these platforms go up another level, so you can have different levels within the Space Hulk. I think that's needed. You're certainly going to want some vantage points. There's none of that here, and that would be really cool. So I'm expecting that to happen as the next box sets come out, some higher platforms and some larger spaces within the Space Hulk. But I guess if they're breaching it, they're just entering it, maybe they're going through the corridors first. Now we've got the rulebook, so you're going to get the core book that came out when this edition was originally released, 144 pages, so you've got that one. And then you're also going to get Into the Dark, which is going to have the rules for this new setting. This is going to be 120 pages. It's going to have the kill zone and the close quarter rules, so that's brilliant. 18 missions, that's awesome too, and there's going to be 9 each for narrative and match play. There's a new type of campaign to explore as well. So yeah, lots to look forward to in this book. And 120 pages, that's a pretty decent size too. You're also going to get the counters and cards. There's going to be 85 double-sided tokens, your objectives, order, injury markers, all those kind of things. 10 6-sided dice. So these are just orange dice, nothing fancy there. 2 TAC Ops decks. Each are going to have 27 cards. And then you've got the double-sided game boards. That's the only thing we didn't see here. We didn't get to see both sides of the game board. So, yeah, let's wait and see what's on the other side. Can't wait to find out. That's all pretty exciting. We've still got to look at the models, though. So let's have a look at the Imperial Navy breachers. And here we go. There's going to be 12 models altogether, which is fantastic. Here's the first 2, which are going to be probably the leader of the group. Then you've got one with this huge axe, so he's going to be using that to bash through a door maybe. It's got to be some kind of power axe to get through that metal. And then there's also this guy. So although you're going to get 12 models, it's 10 breachers, then you're going to get a cat unit that you can see here. And then what's called a Geist skull that you can see in this image. Now this is cool because it's a skull of a breacher and there's a explosive device on it. So that's pretty crazy. They'll be using that to get through some doors, I imagine. I love this shield. It's brilliant how the gun fits in it like that. It's so cool. And then looks like a las cannon behind as well. So that's pretty nice. And then you've got these guys for getting up a little bit close. Maybe one who's throwing some kind of explosive grenade. And then another one with a chain fist, which is awesome. So that'll be able to get through some doors too. There's even more cool stuff to look at. Now we've got the Kroot, and there's going to be 12 miniatures altogether for the Farstalker kin band. These are so good. We've seen a few of them already, but now let's take a look at all of them. There's so much to like here. These are definitely my favourite out of the 2. You've got so many different poses and weapons. The faces are very expressive. Maybe not with these 2 here, but as we move through and look at some of the other models, they've got some great expressions on their faces. You've got the sniper here. That guy down the bottom right just looks fantastic. I think they've done a brilliant job with the Kroot. Really excited, and I didn't expect to see Kroot, and certainly didn't expect the Imperial Navy breachers when we saw them. You also got this guy, which is the Kroot Hound, and I love the guy with the 2 daggers above him. That's brilliant. So there's going to be a hound in there, and then you've also got another beast. This one is holding the bird. We saw this earlier on in the week where we saw an article for the Kroot tracker and her bird. So really cool. And look at that big harpoon kind of thing at the back there. It looks crazy. And then there's also one other Kroot hound. So great to have a couple of Kroot hounds alongside. That guy at the back's even got a fake leg. So this is brilliant. They're a great kill team. One of my favourites for a long time. So there it is, Kill Team Into the Dark, all the box contents. How cool is that? Really didn't expect to see it this soon, and so happy to see the contents, and I'm really looking forward to getting hold of this one. I expect it's going to be 140 at least, the same price as the Warcry Heart of Gur. But for me, the theme, the setting, the 2 kill teams included, this is really good. So I'm really excited for this. I can't wait to hear what you think about this, so let me know in the comments section down below. It's going to be really cool to read through all your comments. I really can't wait to find out a release date for this, but now we've seen the full box, surely it's not going to be too long. I think once Kill Team is actually available, it won't be long till we start seeing loads of articles about this and then get an actual release date, probably a 2-week pre-order. What do you think? Let me know down below. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you like the look of this new box set as much as I do. And please like it if you liked the video, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit that notification bell too, so you can join me here next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'd like to say a huge thank you to this month's sponsors who are making these daily videos possible, and I'll put their links in the comments section below, and if you can check those out, that's a great way to support the channel and help me to keep these videos coming. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who make these daily videos possible, and if you're interested in joining the community, it'd be awesome to see you there, and I'll put a link for that in the description down below.